Als, wenn, wann, ob. When. Three different things to note when we're looking at the word when. In German, we have als, we have wenn, and we have wann. We're going to go ahead and examine those three different types of when before we dive into the other wonky word, ob. So, als. Als is not a question word, but it is a subordinating conjunction. So that means we have to watch out for our word order. Als is when we're talking about a one-time event in the past. So a memory trick is to think about this as a three-letter word as one is a three-letter word. You can also think about als as A at the beginning of the alphabet. And if you think about your life as the span from A to Z, A is at the beginning, therefore in your past. Just some memory tricks. So, zum Beispiel, als ich ein Kind war, hatte ich einen Hund. When I was a child, I had a dog. Der Junge weinte, als er vom Rad fiel. The boy cried when he fell from the bike. Und als er gekommen ist, sind wir zum Hotel gegangen. Um, when he did come, we did go to the hotel. So, thinking about one-time event in the past. Als, and als. And notice where the verb placement is in all of those for the different parts, the different clauses, if you will, in those sentences. So, then is also not a question word. It's like when or if. Um, this deals with multiple tenses, but the most important thing to note is that when events occur repeatedly, so it's something that happens over and over again. This is kind of an easy memory trick because even in the word wenn, we have two n's that are repeated, and that may help you remember that wenn is a repetitious event. So, zum Beispiel, wenn ich Zeit habe, um, whenever or if or when I have time, besuche ich meine Oma. I visit my grandma. Wenn er kommt, bleibt er bei uns. Or past tense, wenn er kam, blieb er bei uns. So present tense and past tense as a repeated event. Ich habe als Kind jedes Mal gemalt. As a child, I complained every time, wenn ich mir die Zähne putzen müsste, when I had to brush my teeth. So hopefully you brush your teeth more than once in your lifetime. So a repeated event. Als and wenn, which brings us to wann. Wann is the question word. It's one of those W words, wie, wer, wo, warum. So it's a question word. So we're dealing with time. Um, that's kind of the essence here. It can be in any tense. It can be a subordinating conjunction, only if we're using a subordinating clause. Sometimes it's just by itself as a question word, but you can use question words as subordinating conjunctions, as you've probably seen before. So simply, wann ist dein Geburtstag? When is your birthday? Question word, dealing with time. Wann bist du nach Bremen gegangen? When did you go to Bremen? Um, Here as a subordinating clause, ich möchte wissen, wann du kommst. I want to know when you're coming. And also in a question, you can say, weißt du, wann wir nach Hause gehen? Do you know when we are going home? So a few little instances of wann. So als, wenn, und wann. Now, there is a challenge with wenn and confusing it when we use ob, because when is like whenever or if, and ob is a little different than that. So ob means whether or if. It can be in any tense, subordinating conjunction, um, and we do use it a lot with indirect questions. So really think about this as not when, but like whether or not something happens or occurs. So here we have, ich möchte wissen, ob wir in Urlaub fahren werden. I would like to know whether we will go on vacation. So I don't know, are we? Not when are we, but if we're going, whether or not we will. Or kannst du mir sagen, ob wir Hausaufgaben haben? Can you tell me whether or not we have homework. So, thinking about aus, wenn, and wann, and ob, try your hands at these. Übung macht den Meister. Pause this video, write out these sentences, and fill in these blanks with aus, wenn, wann, or ob. Make sure that you underline these words in those sentences, and we can check those later. Danke!